Today's headline sounds like something out of a satirical newspaper. Imagine the title: 200 pastors sacked for not meeting financial goals. But no, it is real and it's very troubling. We're diving into a story that exposes a growing tension in modern day church spirituality versus profitability. Let's unpack what happened, why it matters, and what it says about the direction of faith institution today, what it really says about the church today. In a church network that spanned across multiple cities and reportedly with thousands of branches, over 200 pastors were recently terminated from their position. Their offense, if you ask, not sin, not scandal, not false teaching, but failure to meet a financial target. Can you imagine? Yes, targets. These pastors were apparently expected to raise a set of amount of revenue through offering tithe and special donations. They were rated like employees in a sales department and they couldn't deliver, so they were sacked in the church. Where is the body of Christ going to? Imagine dedicating your life to ministry, counseling broken people, visiting the sick, preaching every Sunday, only to be told you didn't bring in enough money, so you are out. That's what happened. And I'm not going to mention the church. I just want you to guess the church, and I just want you to also guess the direction where this is coming from. The backlash has been fierce, social media, everything. Many on social media are calling it spiritual capitalism. Some say this proves the church is more of a business than a ministry. And you wouldn't blame them, because things coming out of the church of recent is really not something to write home about. Fair point. But where do we draw the line? Is the pulpit now in a safe position? Are pastors now judged by how well they fundraise? These things are questions we believers should ask ourselves. We should always ask ourselves these questions. What message does this send to young pastors and also people of the world? That if your congregation is poor, struggling, you're very disposal? It's very shocking, I won't lie. This story reveals a deep issue, the dangerous merger of ministry and money. We've seen this play out in prosperity teaching, where the gospel is repackaged as a product and giving is treated like an investment scheme. Sow this seed and get a harvest. We've seen this in a lot of church, and it's something we cannot ignore as believers. But when a church begins to fire pastor based on income, we are no longer talking about spiritual goal, we are talking about sales quota. It's very funny. And here's the irony. Some of the pastors affected say they were never given the tools or support to grow their churches. No outreach budget, no training, no advertisement, just expectation and pressure. You really get. When does it end? When does this end? Is it something that's going to continue for long and the believers are going to support it because of denominational difference? What does it say about our value when our faith is filtered through a financial lens? Churches should be sanctuaries and not startups. Yes, church needs money, but the means matters just as much as the ends. Military is not sales, tithes are not taxes, and pastors are not CEOs. We're making it seem as if the church is a business, and to be sincere, that's what everybody in the world now sees the church. We must be careful, we must be careful not to trade the missions of the cross for the metrics of capitalism. This is not something we should take lightly. We should speak against it. Let this be a wake-up call. I'm trying to do my best. I'm trying to talk about it the best possible way I can. Let this be a wake-up call to church leaders. Reevaluate what success looks like. To members, ask questions about how your church handles money and leadership. And to everyone listening, let's not allow faith to be corrupted by the pressure of profit, please. At the end of the day, this is a heavenly race we are running and not a profit venture. Just like some of the churches, some of the denominations have turned the body of Christ onto. Churches are not just business. We risk losing the very soul of what church is meant to be. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, and also share your comment, your thoughts about what you think about this, and also mention the church you think we're talking about. Please kindly share this message to reach fellow Christians and to encourage them. Thank you.